Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we're about to dive into something massive. Today we're talking about Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, the movie that could potentially be Miles Morales' final stand in the multiverse. Is this truly the end of his journey or just the beginning of something even bigger? Stick around because we're unpacking theories, breaking down the stakes, and exploring what could be the most emotional Spider-Man story ever told. Let's get into it. Could Spider-Verse 3 truly be Miles Morales' final stand? Here's what we know, or at least what we think we know. After that absolutely brutal cliffhanger in Across the Spider-Verse, Miles is trapped in Earth 42, face to face with his Uncle Aaron as the Prowler, and an alternate version of himself who never became Spider-Man. Meanwhile, his dad's life hangs in the balance, the multiverse is literally collapsing, and Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, wants to lock him up to preserve the so-called canon. The stakes? They've never been higher. We're talking about life, death, identity, sacrifice, and the fate of every universe in the Spider-Verse. And with Beyond the Spider-Verse now set to drop on June 25th, 2027, yeah, we've got a wait ahead of us, fans are losing their minds theorizing about what's coming next. So buckle up because this is going to get deep, emotional, and absolutely wild. Let's set the stage. At the end of Across the Spider-Verse, Miles' entire world literally got flipped upside down. He discovered he was never supposed to become Spider-Man. That radioactive spider that bit him, it was meant for someone else. It came from Earth 42, creating a domino effect that made Miles Spider-Man in Earth 1610 while leaving Earth 42 without a hero. And here's where it gets darker. Miguel O'Hara, the leader of the Spider Society, believes in canon events, moments that must happen for each Spider-Person's story to remain intact. Uncle Ben dying, Captain Stacy dying, and for Miles, his father, Police Captain Jefferson Davis, is supposed to die. Miguel sees Miles as an anomaly, someone who was never meant to exist, and believes that if Miles saves his father, it could destroy the entire multiverse. But Miles, he's not having it. He rejects that destiny. He refuses to believe that being a hero means watching the people you love die. And that defiance led to one of the most intense chase sequences in animated history, with almost every Spider-Person hunting him down. Then came the twist. Miles escaped, but he didn't go home. He ended up on Earth 42, a dark, dystopian version of Brooklyn, where his father died instead of his uncle, and where he never became Spider-Man. Instead, his Earth 42 counterpart became the Prowler. And now, Miles is trapped, powerless, and facing a version of himself who grew up without the responsibility that defines him. Oh, and let's not forget the Spot, the villain everyone slept on in the beginning. By the end of Across the Spider-Verse, he transformed into a godlike multiversal threat, blaming Miles for ruining his life and vowing to take everything from him. The Spot isn't just powerful now, he's a literal black hole of revenge, capable of tearing apart dimensions. So Beyond the Spider-Verse isn't just about saving one person, it's about saving every universe, confronting destiny itself, and deciding what it truly means to be Spider-Man. This is the ultimate showdown, and Miles is right in the center of it all. Now, let's talk about what Miles is really fighting for. Because this isn't just about punching bad guys. This is about identity, family, and the crushing weight of impossible choices. Miles Morales is a kid who's been told his entire existence is a mistake. Imagine that for a second. You're trying to be a hero, trying to do the right thing, and the universe, literally the multiverse, tells you that you are never supposed to be here, that your powers, your journey, everything you've accomplished, it's all an anomaly. That kind of existential crisis would break most people. But Miles, he keeps pushing forward because for him, being Spider-Man isn't about following some cosmic script. It's about protecting the people he loves, his mom, his dad, his city, his friends. And now he's being forced to choose between saving his dad and potentially dooming countless universes. Think about the emotional toll of that decision. If Miles saves his dad, he defies the canon. And according to Miguel, that could cause dimensional collapse. But if he lets his dad die, he's accepting that being a hero means sacrificing the people you love. That's the moral dilemma at the heart of Beyond the Spider-Verse. It's the trolley problem on a multiversal scale. And it's not just Miles who's suffering. Gwen Stacy feels the weight of betrayal. She knew about the canon event involving Miles' dad and didn't tell him. Peter B. Parker is caught between his loyalty to Miles and his role in the Spider Society. Even Miguel, as intense and ruthless as he seems, is driven by his own trauma. He once tried to replace a dead version of himself in another universe and watched that entire reality collapse because he broke the canon. He's not a villain. He's someone so terrified of losing everything again that he'll do anything to prevent it. So the question becomes, what will Miles sacrifice? Will he choose the individual over the collective? Will he find a way to rewrite the rules entirely? Or will he make a sacrifice so profound that it changes the very fabric of what it means to be Spider-Man? That's what makes this story so powerful. It's not just action, it's about heart, identity, and the impossible weight of heroism. All right, let's get into the fun part, the theories. Because while we don't have an official plot summary yet, the Spider-Verse fan community has been cooking. And some of these theories, they're absolutely mind-blowing. Theory number 1, Miles 42, Prowler Miles, will be the true antagonist. This one's gaining serious traction. Think about it. Earth 42 Miles never got to be Spider-Man. He grew up in a world without heroes, where his father died, and where he had to become the Prowler to survive. He's cold, calculating, and possibly resentful of Miles 1610 for living the life he never could. Some fans believe that instead of teaming up, the two Miles will clash, and Miles 1610 will have to fight a dark reflection of himself. Imagine the emotional weight of that battle, fighting yourself, fighting what you could have become if circumstances were different. That's heavy. Theory number 2. The Spot will merge with the multiverse itself. The Spot's final form in Across the Spider-Verse was terrifying. Pure black, reality-bending, unstoppable. But what if that's just the beginning? Some fans speculate that the Spot will become so powerful that he literally becomes the void between dimensions. If that happens, defeating him might require Miles to make the ultimate sacrifice, trapping himself in the multiverse's core to seal the breach. That would explain the final battle framing, not because Miles dies, but because he transcends. Theory number 3. Miguel was wrong. The canon is a lie. What if Miguel's entire belief system is flawed? What if canon events aren't cosmic law, but something imposed by a higher power or even a villain to keep Spider people in check? Some fans point to the fact that Miles has already broken the canon multiple times and nothing catastrophic has happened. What if the real threat isn't breaking the canon, but the system that enforces it? That would make Beyond the Spider-Verse a story about revolution, about Miles proving that you can rewrite your destiny. Theory number 4. Gwen will make the ultimate sacrifice. Gwen Stacy's story has always been tied to tragedy in Spider-Man lore. But what if Beyond the Spider-Verse flips that? What if instead of being the one who dies, Gwen becomes the one who saves Miles? Some fans believe she'll sacrifice her connection to her own universe to help Miles rewrite the rules, possibly losing her spider powers or even her memories. That would be a gut punch of an ending. Theory number 5, the Spider Society splits Civil War style. We saw that in Across the Spider-Verse. So what if Beyond the Spider-Verse becomes a full-on Spider Civil War? Miles, Gwen, Peter B., Hobie Brown, and others versus Miguel, Jessica Drew, and the Hardliners. That would create incredible emotional stakes and give us some of the most heartbreaking superhero battles we've ever seen. These are just a few theories, but honestly, the beauty of the Spider-Verse is that it could literally go in any direction. And knowing the creative team behind these films, they're going to subvert our expectations in the best way possible. Let's take a step back and appreciate just how far Miles Morales has come. In Into the Spider-Verse, he was a scared kid who didn't believe he could be Spider-Man. He couldn't control his powers, he doubted himself. He needed Peter B. Parker to literally push him off a building to take that leap of faith. But by Across the Spider-Verse, Miles is a leader. He's confident, skilled, and willing to stand up to an entire multiversal army for what he believes in. That growth didn't happen overnight. It happened through failure, through loss, through learning what it means to carry the mask. Think about the key moments that shaped him. The leap of faith, the moment Miles finally believed in himself and swung through New York with "What's Up, Danger" blasting. That was the moment he became Spider-Man. Saving Brooklyn. In Across the Spider-Verse, Miles has become his city's protector. He's not just reacting anymore, he's proactive, confident, and heroic. Define the Spider Society. When every spider person in existence told him to give up to accept his fate, Miles said no. He fought back. He refused to let anyone, even other heroes, tell him what kind of Spider-Man he had to be. That's what makes Miles special. He's not Spider-Man because of a radioactive spider. He's Spider-Man because of his heart, his courage, and his refusal to accept that tragedy is inevitable. And beyond the Spider-Verse, this is where he cements his legacy. This is where Miles Morales doesn't just become a Spider-Man, he becomes the Spider-Man who changed everything. The one who proved that you can be a hero on your own terms. The one who rewrote destiny itself. If this really is his final battle, it won't be the end of Miles Morales, it'll be the moment he becomes a legend.
So here's the million-dollar question. Is Beyond the Spider-Verse really Miles' final battle? Or is it just the end of a chapter? Here's what we know. The filmmakers have been tight-lipped about the plot, but they've hinted that this movie will be definitive. That doesn't necessarily mean Miles dies or retires. It could mean that his arc reaches a conclusion that feels complete. Maybe he saves the multiverse and becomes the leader of a new Spider Society. Maybe he finds a way to exist outside the canon entirely. Maybe he passes the torch to the next generation. But here's the thing. Miles Morales is too important, too beloved, and too culturally significant to just disappear. Since his introduction in the comics in 2011, Miles has become one of the most iconic superheroes in the world. He represents diversity, representation, and the idea that anyone can wear the mask. Into the Spider-Verse won an Oscar, changed animation forever, and introduced millions of people to Miles' story. And let's talk about the impact of these films on cinema. The Spider-Verse trilogy redefined what animated superhero movies could be. The art style, the storytelling, the emotional depth, it raised the bar for everyone. These movies proved that animation isn't just for kids, it's a medium for powerful, complex adult storytelling. So even if Beyond the Spider-Verse is the end of this trilogy, I'd bet everything that Miles Morales will return. Maybe in a new series, maybe in live action, imagine that. Maybe in spin-offs exploring other corners of the Spider-Verse. The possibilities are endless. And honestly, that's the beauty of the multiverse. There are infinite versions of Miles Morales out there. Infinite stories to tell, infinite
Prowler.
worlds to explore.
This whole time,
Beyond the Spider-Verse
you were
might
the
close
Prowler.
one door, but it'll open 1,000 more. Miles Morales isn't just a character. He's a movement. He's a symbol. He's proof that Spider-Man can be anyone, and that includes you.
And that's where we're at with Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. June 25th, 2027 can't come fast enough. But until then, we'll be here breaking down every trailer, every leak, and every theory that drops. Now, if you made it this far, you're the real MVP. Seriously, drop a comment below and let me know. Do you think this is truly Miles' final battle? What's your wildest theory for Beyond the Spider-Verse? And who's your favorite spider person? Let's talk about it.
If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload.
And hey, if you really want to support the channel and get some exclusive perks, here's how you can do that. Super thanks. You can send a one-time donation directly through YouTube by clicking the thanks button below this video. Every bit helps and means the world. Super chat. If we're ever live streaming, drop a super chat and your message will get pinned so we can shout you out. And channel membership. Join the family. Click that join button and become a member for exclusive badges, emojis, early access to videos, behind the scenes content, and members only live streams. Let's build this community together. Thanks again for watching, and remember, anyone can wear the mask. Until next time, stay amazing.